Okay, you ready, Chels?
Yep.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Hello, we're here at the OC Business Summit. It's been such an incredible day, and oh my gosh, packed. We've got over 1,500 people in here. Every seat is taken, and I'm here with the wonderful Todd Spitzer.
Wonderful, yeah. Thank you.
And actually, I met Todd through Twitter, but he's one of the leaders in our community. So I'll let him tell you what he does and what brings him here today.
Well, I just won election to the Orange County Board of Supervisors. I get sworn in January.
Congratulations.
And I'm very excited about that. But one of the reasons I ran for the Board of Supervisors is because I don't think the county's doing enough for job creation. I mean, economic development was my campaign platform, and it's everything I stand for. And the reason I'm here today is because you can see by the attendance today that people who live in or around Orange County, they're just striving for input about how to be successful. The number one reason I think that people come to these seminars, and the number one thing that it's on people's minds today, is how do I have a good, stable job? And how do I support my family? And how do I create jobs? And how do I create jobs for the economy? And I think it's the most pressing issue today. I think people are still very concerned about the economy. People are very concerned about jobs. And so I'm here as a community leader and going back to the Board of Soups in January to be able to talk about jobs and job creation. So everything I'm learning here today is going to be instrumental to me, I think, helping implement county policies that will help drive the economy and create jobs.
Isn't that exciting? Are you encouraged, if you live and work in Orange County, by what Todd has said and the fact that it's amazing? This is a room full of leaders over here, and people are going to be taking this information and doing big things with it.
Look at some of the things we're hearing today have caused me to think, I'm a small business owner, and it's caused me to think that my business model is probably not working in a way that it could be out of the tips I've garnered here today. So I'm very excited about rethinking how I run my own business, but then I need to think on the macro level is if we can inspire this many people to start thinking differently, that will help their business. That will help our economy, because what people don't understand is that government, which I'm a part of, is reliant on jobs and economy. If we don't have people with jobs, paying taxes, buying homes and paying property taxes, then we're not able to provide for a level of government that I think we enjoy here. I mean, people love Orange County because we have some of the safest cities in Orange County, in all of America actually, and we have some of the best institutions, education institutions. That's because we have a financial base, a tax base that supplies that. And so if people aren't working, if they're not creating jobs, if they're not growing their business, that's all in jeopardy. So I'm here today to say, hey, I'm behind this effort 100% to make sure we grow jobs in the economy. And at the end of the day, when we have that and it's vital, that's really good news for our county.
Did you hear what he said? That the government is dependent upon business, successful business, and for job creation, and to do all the things that we enjoy here and the things that we appreciate about the place that we live. So, last question. What's a big aha moment that you've had today, or something that one of the speakers has said so far that just really stuck with you, got to you?
I like Linda Resnick. She talked about, and I interviewed her about this earlier today, just about giving back to the community. Like, she, as a business owner, she feels a compelling need to do things that she thinks are honorable in how she does her business, and that she has an understanding that business needs to give back to the community. So her work in the inner city youth, helping with their educational opportunities, or, I mean, one of the things I just found compelling, the stipends that they give to their employees to do either educational pursuits or charitable giving, it gives me shivers just thinking about that. That is absolutely responsible corporate stewardship.
Yeah.
And I found that amazing. I think the more corporations that are doing well economically, who then can turn that gift or that largesse over to their employees, that is good for corporate business, and it's good for our communities, and it's good for the employees. So that was a really big issue for me today, to see that I think I have a responsibility as an elected official in this county to work with corporations who are also responsible and show responsibility to their communities.
Absolutely. Oh, don't you love Todd? So delighted to run into you today. And we have Woodrow over here to your right, my left.
That's who I was talking to every time I turned my
The name of one of our great presidents. And he's also one of our brilliant, bright minds at LPA. And I just was curious, what was kind of an aha moment that you had today?
I think
Something you'll take
the
home.
biggest one that I've had today was the fact of taking yourself out of your system and actually creating a system that can be ran, almost independent of Alex. And, the whole idea of franchising and how to get there. I think that's something that'll naturally help to grow the business economy of Orange County itself.
Yeah, I looked at that a little differently. I mean, when Michael was talking about that, to me, he's looking at big business and how does an entrepreneur develop big business? Like, how do they make big business successful? And that's people buying businesses and selling businesses and growing businesses. And his whole thing was you shouldn't know anything about that business, so you can step back and run it like a business, as opposed to investing yourself and you can't replicate yourself over and over and over again. You're gonna have burnout. That's not a way to enjoy your life. I still think, though, that the part of having your business and working with people and that they get you in the business, and it's something very personal. Like, he kept talking about McDonald's, and he's like, horrible food, great business model. I'm like, I have issues with that. You know what I mean? Like, I think McDonald's. I agree with him.
Yeah.
I don't like McDonald's from a nourishment point of view.
Right.
But from a business point of view, it's brilliant, right? I just think you should have a little bit of both. Be able to have a franchise type business that grows itself, that can replicate itself, that can be run, but it still needs that human personal touch. And that's why I like Lily Resnick, because I think her companies exemplify her inspiration about it. I think her companies probably get a little bit of her in every one of her companies. Whereas in McDonald's, you don't get a sense of it. I don't even know who owns McDonald's.
And it is more of a mass-produced type system. I do think it is good to have a piece of yourself in the business.
That's what I'm talking about.
But to still be able to remove yourself enough from the business to take an objective look at it.
That point was very well taken. I think Michael made that point really well.
Very good.
And we're going to grill him later. So he's at lunch right now because I think he said some things that were a little controversial.
Very controversial.
And you can't argue with success, but I'm with you. I'm a heart-centered entrepreneur. So, I hear, take yourself out of it. You're like, no, especially for women. Our businesses are so personal, such personal journeys. So thank you again, Todd. Thank you, Woodrow. We're going to break for lunch. And thank you for watching. We'll be back later with more from the OC Business Summit.